Hello, in this video, I'm going to be talking about Adobe Animate basics. When you first open Adobe Animate, this is what you see. The next thing you need to do is to go to more presets to see more options. When you click on the more preset, you see these options. If you want to create animation that you want to play on social media, you have to click on this one that says create animation. If you want to create video games, you want to click on this one, video games, and there is option to customize your document size. So for this video, I'm going to be working on 1920 by 1080, and the frame rate is going to be 24 frames per second. And also I'm going to be working on ActionScript 3.0. This is because the video that I'll be creating is going to be video that can play on social media. It's not going to be interactive videos. You can always adjust these frame rates. You can adjust this frame rate to 30 frames per second. You can adjust it here, or you can adjust it after you've created a document. There's room to edit your frame rates. And also you can always adjust these details. If you want to create video games, you have to select Html5 Canvas. I'm going to be doing a follow-up video to cover these platform types. So you have ActionScript 3.0, you have Html5 Canvas. There are more options. I'm going to be covering them. But for this video, you want to create something you can play on social media like YouTube or Facebook or Instagram. So we're going to be sticking to ActionScript 3.0. The frame rates, we're going to stick to 24 frame rate per second. And these frame rates can always adjust them, including the width and the height. So I'm going to go ahead and click on this button, create. So this is how your interface looks like. This is the timeline, and this is where you have your layers. If you want to see the entire document size, you can come here and click on fit in window. That will fit into window. I'm going to be covering these tools in upcoming videos. For today, I'm going to be showing you how to save your workspace and how to create frames and how to create new layers. That's what we'll be covering in this video. So this is where you find your workspaces. You can select different workspaces that works for you. Each workspace have the tools that will be available for it. So the tools are not always the same in all workspaces. So for this, if you want to save the workspace, you come here. So let me go to these essentials. I like working with essentials. So if you want to save this, you come here and you can come here and rename the workspace name, because normally you will add some tools in the workspace you're working and you can make some adjustments in how the workspace looks like. So if you're comfortable with it, you can come here and rename the workspace. So let's say you want to rename this as basics animation, and you come here and then click on this icon here to save the workspace. So next time, let's say you open your document and it comes to this workspace and you want to go back to the workspace that you're working on today, you can come back here and then click on basics animation, and that will bring up the workspace you have created today. So like here, you can adjust the document size like I mentioned earlier on. You can also adjust the frame rate here. So to insert frames, so right now if you want to move your playhead, you cannot move it along the timeline because you have only one frame. To insert frame, you can go to the time that you want to insert the frame. So if you want to insert the frame from 1 to 30, you can click on 30 and then you can right click and then click insert frame. Okay, I'm going to undo this. Another option is to go to the place, the time, so it's 30, and you can click F5. So the shortcut is F5. That will insert the frame up to from 1 to 30. Or you can right click on 30 and select insert frame. To remove frame, so let's say you want to remove this frame from 30 up to 10. So you highlight that area and then hold shift and press F5. So that will remove the frame. So insert frame, click on the on the time that you want to insert the frame up to, and then click F5. That will insert frame. So let's say we want to create a keyframe. We'll have to go to the time, we want to create a keyframe, and then press F6. That will insert a keyframe. So here the keyframe is kind of blank because we don't have anything drawn on the document. So let's say if I draw something here, it's going to be black, showing me that something has been placed in this frame. If we move to other frame, it's not going to show anything on it. So this is how you insert frame. If you want to remove this keyframe here, you have to right click and come here and select clear keyframe. That will remove the keyframe. Let me undo. Or you can also use the shortcut Shift F6. That will remove the keyframe from there. Let's say we have something drawn here, and then we want to draw something else here on the 13th time, on 13th frame, but we want to remove this one and draw something on top of it. So we can activate the onion skin here, and then we can come here and click F7. That will insert a keyframe here, but it's gonna erase what's already drawn in the other frame. So we can come back here and then redraw something else here. So that will insert a keyframe here. So that is how you insert keyframes, how you remove keyframe, how you insert frames, how you remove frame. So for layers, to rename layer, you have to double click on the layer name, and then you can say this is layer 1. Let me call it like shape. Let me just name it shape. To name a layer, it does not accept space. So when we press space and then press something else here, let's say shape oval, if I click enter, it will not save. It will tell us the layer name does not accept special character. If you click OK, the animate will insert an underscore for you, or if you can click cancel and rename it what you want to rename it. So let's say OK, it's going to accept underscore. So it's either you put underscore in your naming or you don't leave space at all. So insert layers, you have to click on this icon here. That will insert a layer on top of the layer where you are currently at. So if you want to insert a layer on top of this layer, we have to click on this layer and it will insert layer above it. If you want to insert a layer above layer 2, we have to click on layer 2 and click on this icon above it. Another way to insert layer is to click on the layer that you want to insert a layer above, and then right click and then click insert layer. And if you notice, when you insert new layer, let's say if I delete this layer, layer 5, if I insert a new layer, it's going to name it as layer 6. This is because Adobe Animate does not remember that you've deleted layer 5. So if I click on this icon, it's going to insert a layer 6. So we have layer 3, 2, 4, and then 6. So it does not remember that we have layer 5 deleted. So this is how you insert layers, how you delete layers. To delete layer, click on this bin icon here. That will delete a layer. So now that you've created a frame up to 25, so we can move the playhead along the timeline, but not beyond the timeline. So for this video, we've covered how to select different workspaces. We've covered how to insert frame. So to insert frame, you have to highlight the frame where you want to insert, and then right click to insert frame, or press F5. To remove frame, you have to select the area you want to remove the frame from, and then right click and then click on this remove frame, or you can press Shift F5. To insert a keyframe, we have to press F6, or just right click and say insert keyframe. And also to remove a keyframe, we have to press Shift F6, or can right click and then select remove clear keyframe. So that's how we remove keyframe, that's how you insert keyframe, that's how you insert layers, that's how you remove layers. Also, we talked about onion skin, how to activate onion skin. So next video, I'm going to be covering more things. I'm going to be showing you different tools in Adobe Animate. I'm going to be showing you also discussing timing charts and how to use the brush tools and everything about Adobe Animate. So join me in the next video where I'm going to be covering more things about Adobe Animate basics. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.